Hello everyone, I am Demented Kirby, and welcome to my channel, the Commander Tavern. The Commander Tavern is a channel dedicated to my favorite Magic the Gathering format. A Flight is a series where I review the latest released or upcoming set for any and all cards that might have some form of impact in Commander. These episodes will be done under the assumption that you've already seen all of the cards in a set and it isn't meant to be a spoiler video. This video is my own analysis on the cards I feel are the most useful in the Commander format. A Flight is a sampling of several brews, so I will be sampling each card from the Ponies the Galloping promo set due to release on October 22. This promo set is to help raise funds for Extra Life, a charity benefiting Seattle Children's Hospital. This product will cost $50, of which Wizards will donate $30 to the charity. For more information on the charity, follow the link in the description. Although the purpose of this series is to review cards from each set after they're completely spoiled in order to evaluate which cards can find a home in Commander decks, there are a couple of reasons why I'm reviewing these promos even though they won't be legal in Commander. Number 1, it's for charity. I will do my best to try and purchase one while supplies last. I believe it's a good thing that Wizards is doing, and I feel that the price for the item is fair. Number 2, I love silver bordered cards and I always have. Unstable was an amazing set, and for the 6 weeks during its release, a large pool of silver bordered cards were legal in Commander. Also, some playgroups allow silver bordered cards when playing with each other in a casual setting. Since they're no longer legal, they're banned in tournaments and organized play. Number 3, they're all legendary creatures. Similar to Grimlock Dinobot Leader, these 3 cards could be the commander for an EDH deck with unset rules. In fact, I'm guessing that the reason Grimlock is so expensive is in part because of the EDH community. Nerf War has the same availability as Grimlock, but the reason it doesn't fetch nearly the same price tag is because it wasn't included in the list of playable cards with the unset unbanning. Alright, so on to the review. I'm gonna start with the first card in the box, Rarity. Rarity is a 2/2 unicorn for 1 generic, 1 white, and 1 blue. She has rare and mythic rare spells you cast cost 1 generic less to cast. This effect is similar to Super Secret Tech, an artifact from Unhinged that reduces the generic cost of premium spells by 1 generic but also gives premium creatures +1/+1. So, if you have a deck that's all pimped out, including Rarity and Super Secret Tech can definitely make cards cost way cheaper. You can also include Pearl Medallion and Sapphire Medallion. Unfortunately, as of the recording of this video, these artifacts aren't available in foil, but at least Rarity can make them cost only 1. Rarity's second ability is similar to Grimlock's in that it rewards you for having a toy that the card is based on. You pay 1 generic, tap Rarity, then reveal a My Little Pony toy you own in order to give target creature protection from the colors found in the toy's coat, mane, and outfit. The best toy to reveal would be the following Rainbow Dash toy. Revealing this toy will give target creature protection from all colors since the toy has green, red, and blue in its mane, and it has black and white in its coat. The white is on the cloud, by the way. Rarity also has a missing color combination since Unglued, Unhinged, and Unstable didn't provide any legendary creatures that had the white-blue color identity. So, if you've been wanting to have an un-mander deck with those colors, now you can. Notwithstanding, you can also include Rarity as one of the 99 since she does reduce the cost of spells and can essentially give a creature protection from any color, all while being a 2/2 for 3 mana. The middle card is Nightmare Moon. Nightmare Moon is a 6/6 alicorn with flying for 4 generic and 2 black. As long as it's nighttime, Nightmare Moon gets +2/+2 and has menace. In and of itself, those are some insane stats. As long as the sun's down, you have an 8/8 menacing flyer for 6 mana in the command zone. In a mono black deck, generating 6 mana early on is something that can be achieved pretty consistently. On her own, Nightmare Moon is a 3-turn clock when left unanswered. However, any player may pay 6 generic mana in order to transform Nightmare Moon. This ability is like a combination of the assist mechanic as well as the mechanic found in the Monger cycle from Mercadian Mask. A player other than Nightmare Moon's controller can pay 6 mana or split the mana cost between other players in order to transform the card. If other players pay or help pay the cost, they become the friends of Nightmare Moon's controller. The back face of this card is Princess Luna, a 4/4 alicorn with flying. Princess Luna has, when this creature transforms into Princess Luna, choose up to 6 cards you own from outside the game with the moon in their art, then exile those cards. As long as those cards remain exiled, you may cast them and your friends may cast them with your permission. Basically, transforming Nightmare Moon is similar to getting 6 wishes. Similar to Spike, Tournament Grinder, this ability should essentially do nothing in Commander, since wish cards and similar cards do nothing. However, with prior accordance from your playgroup, you can determine what to do about the ability. The only caveat is that the cards have to have a moon in its art, similar to Sulphur Preservation mentioning a tree in the art. Fortunately, you can use this as a political tool. Maybe there's a multicolor deck that needs shutting down and a potential ally has access to red. Then they can help you transform Nightmare Moon to get access to that much needed Blood Moon. Likewise, opponents might conspire against you since they can pay 6 to turn your 8/8 menacing flyer into a 4/4 flyer by transforming it. Fortunately, there are ways of bypassing this. You can use Pithing Needle or Phyrexian Revoker naming Nightmare Moon. That way, no one can transform her into a weaker form. You can also bounce or flicker her to reset the ability. Cards like Conjurer's Closet, Erratic Portal, Sanctum of Eternity, etc. can all be used to reset Nightmare Moon. That way, you can either continue wishing for cards with a moon in its art or returning her to her front-facing form. The final card is the one I'm most excited about, and that's Princess Twilight Sparkle. She's a 2/2 flying alicorn for just 1 white and 1 blue, so she passes the vanilla test. Not only that, but she's a lord for alicorns, horses, pegasi, ponies, and unicorns. If you want to build a janky tribal deck, you can, since there are plenty of horses, pegasi, and unicorns to choose from. There's even a pony, Dwarven Pony, from Homelands. However, it became a horse after the Grand Creature Type update. Even then, it still gets the boon from Twilight Princess Sparkle. Her third ability, which I'll discuss in greater detail soon enough, is an activated ability requiring Wooburg, making Princess Twilight Sparkle the first silver-bordered legendary creature that has a color identity of all colors. That means that you can have her as the commander of a 5-colored deck. There's about 400 cards, almost 450 including the contraptions, that were green-lighted by the Rules Committee during the 6 weeks that silver-bordered cards were unbanned in Commander. That means that you could build a Commander deck with only silver-bordered cards that can potentially include all the best cards in silver border. I recommend sticking to the cards that the Rules Committee felt were safe enough for Commander and exclude the ones that remained banned during those 6 weeks, like Magical Hacker, Staying Power, etc. You could even build a Rigger tribal deck, including Steam Flogger Boss as the only black-bordered spell, in order to have an awesome Contraption Matters deck since you'd have access to all of the Riggers. Similarly, you could build a deck with all the host and augment creatures since you can include them all. On a side note, you can technically have a 5-colored host augment EDH deck with General Tazri at the helm. She tutors for an ally when she enters the battlefield. Since Dr. Julius Jumblemorph is every creature type, he'd be tutored up by Tazri. That's the best way I've found to consistently have a Dr. Julius Jumblemorph 5-colored host augment deck. Commander is the reason why I wish the good doctor also has the line of text Dr. Julius Jumblemorph is all colors, as well as him having all creature types. I would have made that deck such a long time ago. Anyways, back on topic. Apologies for that tangent. Alright, so how can we actually use her abilities besides building a 5-colored deck? So far, Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash cards don't exist. So you can't really control them in order for everyone to win the game when activated. However, as noted by the great Maro himself, it's happened in Magic numerous times. For example, Shield of Kaldra in Darksteel and the renowned Weaponsmith in Fate Reforged mentioned cards that didn't exist yet at the time. This means that you can use the first ability of the nameless shapeshifter from Unhinged to change its name to any one of those, whether it's Applejack, Fluttershy, etc., since those names are being referenced on a Magic card before their existence. He even tweeted about that combination specifically as well. For the unnamed creature from Unhinged, a card being referenced as a card name in rules text of a printed card is enough to consider the card existing, quote-unquote, for purposes of using its name. This means that you can use the following combo for the ultimate group hug effect. Yes, even better than ending the game in a draw with Divine Intervention, where technically nobody wins, even though nobody loses. Luckily, it's just a 2-card combo. not counting Princess Twilight Sparkle obviously, Nameless Creature, and Rite of Replication. If you cast Rite of Replication targeting the nameless creature and pay its kicker cost, you put 5 of those tokens on the battlefield. You then change the name of enough of those creatures to have a card named Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash under your control. If you don't have Rarity in play, then just change the name of another one of those creatures to Rarity. Then everybody wins when you use the ability. Although this combo is about as janky as jank can be, it'd be quite the troll play to just have everyone win the game when activating it, especially when you're on the losing end or about to lose. Even more trollish would be activating that ability after a player has already been eliminated out of the game. However, I can one-up that combo even more. What if you don't want everybody to win? What if you want to be the only one to win? What if you want to be a jabroni instead of just a brony? Then just cast Angel's Grace in response to the ability on the stack. After Angel's Grace resolves, your opponents can't win the game and you can't lose the game until end of turn. So when it says everybody wins, they can't win, but you can. So you will be the sole victor. And you totally deserve that victory too, especially if you manage to pull off that convoluted 3-card combo in a single turn, since you'd need 17 mana to achieve it. However, a possibly easier way to pull this off, even while staying 100% in silver bordered land, and if the Unrules manager Mark Rosewater approves, is with Mishra's Toy Workshop and a spell that creates tokens. For example, if you use that mana from Mishra's Toy Workshop to cast Symbol Status and have at least 4 different expansion symbols on the battlefield, which you should at that point, Unglued, Unhinged, Unstable, and Ponies the Galloping, you can use toys to represent those tokens. And guess which toys we'll be using? Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash. With Rarity in play, you fulfill the requirements to have the remaining players win when activating Princess Twilight Sparkle's ability, since the ability doesn't specifically say a card named Applejack, Fluttershy, etc. Myro has already confirmed that if you use Transformers toys to represent tokens when using Mishra's Toy Workshop, that Grimlock recognizes those tokens as Transformers and gives them +2/+0 per his ability. So if there exists a precedent of toys being used as tokens being recognized by magic cards, then surely Princess Twilight Sparkle will recognize the My Little Pony toys for her ability as well. If this is the case, then definitely the easiest way to fulfill this ability's requirements is with Mishra's Toy Workshop and Symbol Status, or any other spell or ability that creates creature tokens. Thus concludes this flight of cards from Ponies the Galloping. Overall, I'm really excited for these cards because I'm a big fan of silver bordered cards, so I'm equally pumped to see what the next Happy Holidays promo is. Fingers crossed we finally get a Santa Claus Planeswalker card. I hope this episode has been informative for you, even though these are clearly my own opinions and views on the cards herein discussed. If you have any opinions or thoughts of your own on these cards, or if I overlooked any other epic interactions, let me know in the comments. If you want me to make any deck tech videos on any of them, let me know in the comments as well. I want to take this opportunity to thank my patrons by giving a shout out to all my higher tier patrons, the Brewers, for their patronage. I want to give a shout out in particular to my latest patron, Joshua Esquivel. Thank you for your patronage. I also want to thank all those who've liked, shared, commented, and subscribed so far to my channel. My continued growth is thanks to your support. And to everyone, thanks for watching this episode of A Flight on the Commander Tavern. I am Demented Kirby, and happy theory crafting.